This is a wonderful day for this city. This is a moment that people have waited for a long, long time. And I want to start by saluting everyone at New York Roadrunners. Congratulations. It's a big day for all of you and a big victory for all of you. To Michael, New York Roadrunners has done so much for this city. The marathon's just one piece of it. I want to thank you for your leadership. I want to thank you for all that this organization does. And we are proud to be one of the world's great running cities. And now this park will realize its full potential for our runners, for our walkers, for our bicyclists, for our kids on tricycles, the unicyclists. Don't leave out the unicyclists. Very loud constituency. All of them will now get to enjoy a car-free Central Park. This is a whole new day for New York City. I want to thank some of the key leaders of city agencies who are here, who have been a part of making this park great. And I think everything they do is only going to get better when the park is fully car-free. I want to thank the commanding officer for Manhattan Patrol Borough North, Chief Kathleen O'Reilly of the NYPD. Guy who has one of the best jobs in New York City, commanding officer of the Central Park Precinct, Captain Peter Andrea. Another one of the great jobs in New York City, the Chief Operating Officer for the Central Park Conservancy, Chris Nolan. Our Chief Resilience Officer for the City of New York, Dan Zarilli. And our Director for the Office of Sustainability, Mark Chambers. And to all of the advocates and the activists and the community members who have fought for this for a long time. Again, congratulations. This is your day. Congratulations to all of you. Now, I want everyone to understand why it's important that the leaders in the city government who work on resiliency and work on sustainability are here. Because we're on the eve of Earth Day this weekend. And this announcement is very much connected to an understanding of what we have to do to protect our Earth and to fight against climate change. Because, let's face it, there's an existential threat we're facing, and that's climate change. And Earth Day is a call to arms to all of us to keep making big changes, to keep protecting our Earth, to protect our children and grandchildren. Earth Day has taken on a whole new meaning as we've come to understand the danger of climate change. And we can act in so many ways to fight back against climate change, to live differently. And that's what Earth Day really calls us to do. So we need to think about all the things that will allow us to make that change. All the ways we can stop polluting the Earth, all the ways we can use renewable energy, all the ways we can conserve. That's what Earth Day calls us to do. And also calls us to think about how we cut the emissions that have plagued this Earth. The City of New York is in the global vanguard. We are pledged to cut emissions by 80% in this city by 2050. That's going to make a huge difference. The City of New York is leading the way by divesting our pension funds from fossil fuel companies. That's going to make a huge difference. We are suing some of the biggest petroleum companies to hold them liable for what they've done to the Earth and what they've done to this city, and to get resources for them so we can protect our city going forward. All of it comes back to making every conceivable change we can. And it comes back to remembering the meaning of a park like this. This park was not built for automobiles, right? This was not the purpose of this park, to be a place for automobiles. Literally, it was built before there were automobiles. It was built for people. And the idea of thinking about every aspect of our lives and finding ways to make that change, that's what this is all about. And this is such a powerful notion to take this absolutely crucial piece of our city and liberate it from the automobile and help people return to what our ancestors used to know. Look around you, people walking, people biking. That's what this park will now be about. Now, we are New Yorkers, so we know that famous phrase, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. When we do things here, people pay attention everywhere. We are talking about this park, one of the most famous sites in this city, known across the world, right up there with the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building. When people think about New York City, they think about Central Park. And this news will spread all over this country, all over this world today, that the most iconic park on Earth will now be car-free. That's going to be felt everywhere. Who's going to benefit from this? Our children, our families, people, as Michael said, for whom this is their backyard, in effect. All the people come to visit us. This is one of the places they want to see the most. All of those people benefit. That's not a few people, my friends. We've done the count. There are 42 million visits to Central Park every year. 42 million visits. Now, all of those people will have a safe, beautiful experience because this park will be car-free. Now, I want to just drive home the central point, and I'm going to ask the distinguished audience to help me. And you heard a little history lesson there earlier in my remarks. So I'm going to ask you all, was Central Park built for cars? No. I'm sorry, was Central Park built for cars? No. Should it be car-free now?
Yes.
Is it meant to be for the cars or the people?
The people.
You done good. Parks in this city are sacred because probably more than any place, our parks are our refuge. They're where we do everything. Little League and kids learning on the playground how to play for the beginning of their lives. For some of us, even more important things. My wife Charlene and I got married under a tree in Prospect Park. Doesn't get better than that. They're oases. And I always say, for some people, they're literally where they take their summer vacation because that's what they can afford, is to be in a park. And that's even more important for those families. Well, now what will be different when all those families come here? They're going to breathe cleaner air because there won't be any exhaust from cars. The parents aren't going to be looking over their shoulder all the time to worry about their kids' safety with a car going by. There's going to be a kind of peace, a sense of security that wasn't there before. I cannot think of a better way to celebrate Earth Day than returning this extraordinary park to the people and letting us all feel the beauty of nature without a single car in sight.